in Sync365. I'm here having my morning coffee with one of my favorite coffee cups, which is Sagittarius, and it says inside optimistic, generous, and adventurous. Um, so it's always good to have positive affirmations for yourself in the morning. Um, so today's topic is about ignoring red flags and how that creates spiritual weakness. So a red flag would be really most importantly, what you need to know is when you know something and you go against your knowing, it has repercussions, huge repercussions, and massive learning. So when you do that, it's important that you have awareness that this creates a spiritual weakness within your field. So what does that mean? Oh, sorry, my puppy here is needing her water. Okay, sorry about that. So most of us like to just move forward without even thinking that, sometimes we don't want to see what we're seeing. And I think that's an important awareness to have. So just knowing that you don't want to see what you're seeing is an awareness. So, but you want to have your eyes wide open. And here's why, because when you go against your knowing, that has repercussions to your energetic field. And I know a lot of people can't see their own energetic field for whatever reason. We all have different unique gifts. But when your field is weakened, it creates what's called vulnerabilities, right? So a vulnerability will create a hole, a rip, a tear, anything that allows infiltration into your field. And when you're strong, obviously you don't have those problems and you create greater inner strength. When you have greater inner strength, you also have a more alignment to peace. You also have more alignment to confidence and empowerment and inner strength and all different kinds of things that you all want. We all want to feel empowered. But when we are avoiding those red flags. So I'll give you so many examples. I'm going to give you my own personal example of a red flag. And this one was a big one, and it actually bit me in the butt really, really good. So I went to this energy healer who all my friends were going to. So I thought, oh, I'll try her out. And, I would say this is going back maybe 20 years ago. I would say I was quite naive as to how this energy field really worked. I've always been intuitive. I've always been an empath. I've always been a telepath. So my first skill that I consciously knew that I had was that I was a telepath. I just didn't know that that's what they call it. Okay, I have to get my dog more water because she's a special one, and she drinks coconut water, if you can believe that. So she's a very highbrow dog. Okay, this is what she gets. And this is my Ra. Ra, you want to say hello? Say hi, everybody. Hello. Oh, kisses. She says Happy New Year, and she's giving you guys kisses. Okay, so going back to my story. Let me see if I can find the magnet on here. Okay, going back to my story. So I went to this lady, and the first call I took while I was at work, and I just figured, okay, half hour session, no problem. And I had an awareness that, oh, I do not want to get hooked by this lady. And I even said that out loud, and I told her, I was like, well, I don't want to have to come to you for everything and blah, blah, blah. And as I said that, I felt good about what I was saying, but I didn't know this person. I didn't know her character. I didn't know her integrity level or lack thereof. And that was a problem. She wasn't what she appeared to be. She wasn't what she said. And I didn't know this. This is just the first session. But, anyways, there was a lot of manipulation that went on energetically um, that I didn't know was going on when I had my first session with her. So, the red flag that I avoided was I knew. I absolutely knew in the first phone call. Now, I'm not going to go into how horrendous of a person this person was who had the audacity to call herself a healer, because she was anything but a healer. So that was a red flag. So when you know and you don't trust your intuition, there's a couple things that are going to happen. You're going to get a huge lesson for sure, and it's going to be painful. Those are two things you can count on. So, and you guys might know it like, oh, I knew in my gut, or I had a gut feeling, or however you discern it for yourself. What is important to know is that there's always those red flags. It's just, are we willing to see them? This particular woman went on to be what I thought was a really good friend and a confidant. And boy, did I get my ass handed to me. Like, I really was so naive. And I was also in my ego at the time. And I didn't think that that kind of stuff would happen to me. So things that I knew she was doing to other people, I didn't think she would do it to me. And I was incorrect and wrong. And, it hurt. It hurt. I mean, my ego being hurt was like the least of the pain. Okay. The least of the pain. The thing that hurt the most was what happened to me physically. So, what most people don't understand about these red flags is that when you have a red flag and you don't listen, that damages your energy field. It weakens it. Okay. And maybe not damages, but it definitely weakens it. It makes you more vulnerable. When you are more vulnerable, you have what's called spiritual immunity. And that directly impacts your physical body. So anything that happens to you physically always begins in the non physical. And now you know, I'm not going to go in down the rabbit hole on this one, but I just wanted to really share with you all the importance of listening to the red flags, being open to seeing those things that you don't want to see, being open to seeing people that are lying, discerning that this person lies. It's not about calling them a liar. It's about having the awareness so you can navigate the path differently. When people have a lot of emotional wounds, they often will lash out. It's important for you to have that awareness. When people are emotionally unstable, those aren't going to be the best friends for you. They're not going to be the best partners. They're not going to be able to meet you where you want to be or where you want to go if you're aware. So, a lot of people might think that noticing or having an awareness of red flags is being negative. It's not about being negative. It's not even about calling people names or having judgments about them. It's about having awareness and listening to your inner guidance over everybody else. Like, people that I meet that are very nice people that don't resonate with me, I'm not going to try and make them my friend. I'll be friendly. We could be friends, um, but we're not going to be like close friends. So I think it's important for people to be able to discern what the red flags are for you. And everybody has different red flags depending on what your learning is. And most important, depending on how you're resonating. And resonance changes as you change. So, like, as you learn your lessons, as I learned and I would say that relationship that I had with that person was one of my biggest soul lessons. And so you can't avoid your soul lessons, but you can learn so you can grow and evolve and expand. And therefore, what you resonate with shifts. And that's the most important thing. So see those red flags. identify them, and then navigate your behavior differently because of them. So, cheers to being in sync. I am Kiannaa Sage, and I am here to guide people to peace. Cheers.